Generally, a trademark costs between $1,000 to $2,000 per trademark application, depending on the amount of classes of goods and services you apply for. If, for example, you apply for 10 classes of goods and services, you should budget about $5,000. If you apply for one, you can budget closer to $1,000 or $1,500 with counsel, of course, helping you navigate that application through the USPTO. There are certain things you can do to mitigate your expenses when filing a trademark application. The first thing is determining the classes of goods and services you're offering to the marketplace. It may not be necessary to apply for 5 or 10 categories of classes and goods of services if those aren't relevant to what you do. So if you can keep that number low, your costs before the USPTO are going to be lower. Additionally, filing a complete application up front, or what's called a 1A application, instead of a 1B, or otherwise known as an intent to use application, will save you some more costs as well. Generally speaking, it's not worth it to try to file a trademark application on your own in order to save money. There's an old expression that cheap is expensive, and this is a great example of that. When you hire legal counsel to help you with the trademark application, you are going to get, generally speaking, good representation, competent representation that has experience with dealing with the lawyers at the USPTO. And that's who you're going to be dealing with at the USPTO, are lawyers, and they're going to expect that you understand the intricacies of the Lanham Act. So oftentimes, in my experience, when I've seen individuals try to apply for trademarks or service marks on their own, it's typically followed by a rejected application or an incomplete application or an insufficient application, and then counsel is going to be required to be brought in, and ultimately it costs the client a lot more than it really should have.